Welcome everybody. I'm going to take you through, I guess it's worksheet D, the practice quiz for chapter 10, which as you can see, reviews the present tense verb. I'm going to give you a quick little reminder just about English. We have 6 possible subjects. 3 of them are singular and 3 of them are plural. And in English, we identify them by what we call the first person, second person, and third person. The first person in English is I, and the second person is you. And the third person is he, she, or it. And in the plural, if I'm a part of a group, then I say we go to the movies. And if you're a part of the group, I say you, or in Latin, as often we say y'all, just to remind ourselves that it's plural. And third plural is they. They go to the movies. So that's English. I, you, he, she, it, we, y'all, and they. And in Latin, as you know, I is ego, you is tu, we is nos, y'all is vos. And we don't really have a he, she, or it pronoun. So what we say is, it's just any singular noun. It's a singular nominative. And in the plural third, the they is a plural, the nominative. So that's a review of the pronouns in English and Latin. What we find is that with Latin, they also have verbal endings that are going to indicate whether I'm doing something, you're doing something, he, she, it is doing something, we're doing something, y'all are doing something, or they are doing something. And what we find out is that when I'm doing something, the verb always ends in O. That's if it's an action verb. And when you're doing something, the verb always ends in S. When he, she, or it is always doing something, the verb ends in T. When we're doing it, the verb is going to end in mus. When y'all are doing it, it's going to end in T-I-S, tis. And when they are doing it, it ends in N-T. Now this takes care of action verbs, but we also have another verb, the verb to be. So we have ego sum, I am, to s, you are. Any noun like cer nunus est, cer nunus is. We sumus are. Y'all estis are. And they sunt are. So what we're going to do for this portion of the worksheet and quiz is we just look up and we organize all of these by either O or sum, S, T, mus, tis, or und. And that's going to look like when we fill the whole thing out and we go through each one, like postulamos, we bring down first person plural, we demand, estis is a y'all, you are, so you get the idea. That's how we would fill these in. And we're doing them again by just finding the ones with O's or the word sum and putting them in this column, finding the ones that end in just S, putting them in this column, T's, mus, tis, and und. Okay, so then what we do is we go down a little bit in the worksheet, and we notice that we're going to have to be able to not only put them in a chart like that, but also decide which one we're going to circle once we've identified the subject. Now you may notice pretty quickly ego is going to join with sum right here, because the first person singular has sum. But my suggestion for you is to first translate them. Since I'm just showing you this worksheet, and I'll also upload it, I'm just going to bring you to the slide where I have translated them. And my suggestion is that you translate them first, because then that gives you 2 places to look. Once you've identified the subject, in the English sentence, I too am, I am is the subject in English. it's going to be even easier, although it's not hard already, to notice ego is going to be the subject here, and we're going to need to circle soon. When we go to the second one, "You are more talkative than a parrot," shouted Litawikus. We notice that the subject is you, and the verb is are. So here's the you. When we look up at the top, we notice that the S is in the you column, and so we circle S. Likewise, as we go down, "Father," says Gaius, "we have a magnificent house." Since "we" is the subject in both places, and "we" goes with "mus," we circle that. Let's try one that's third singular. "Father, this house is bigger than our house in Rome," or our Roman house. The subject here is a little bit more confusing. Daddy, this house is. House is the subject. House is not an I or a you, a we or a y'all. A house is a he, she, or it. We consider it an it in English. So there it is. House is. So I'm going to go to the next slide. You can see here I have them all filled in for you. And you can take a look at those and see how they all circle. If you have additional questions, ask me. Let's see what the last slide holds. It's the same thing. Again, just shown to you all at once. So you can stop there and take a look at it. Like I said, if you have any other questions, feel free to ask, and I'll see you in class. Bye-bye.